Good, good.
Yes, listening to what everybody's saying, Tommy, my background is in law enforcement also, so I'm a big skeptic about anything and everything we try. Um, in 2015, I had a pretty bad accident, a vehicle accident. I was hit by a drunk driver at a high rate of speed when I was sitting still at a stop sign. Well, that messed up 5 discs in my lower back and 5 in my neck. Um, there was nothing that could help me as far as pain wise. The doctors gave me pills. They got me high, which wasn't that bad, but I was high and I was in pain. So I told the doctor, give me something for the pain while I'm high and I'll be great. I'll be great. But no, they didn't do that. But, for 9 years, I lived in pain, level 10 and above. Um, when my sister from Chicago showed up with this little, like I told Ingrid one time, she showed up with this little Band-Aid and she said, here, try this. And for your pain, um, I kind of looked at her kind of weird. Yeah, okay. I've been on morphine. I've been on Oxycontin. I've been on hydrocodone. I've been on all these things, and you're going to give me a Band-Aid for my pain. So I tried it. What else could I lose? And I was a one-day wonder. Within 3 hours, my pain went from a 10 to about a 6. By the next day, it went down to a 2. The third day, I was pain-free.
Wow.
But I saw the just that first jump from 10 to 6. I mean, it was a change right there. I mean, I was able to sit more, I was able to lay down. And for 9 years in pain, nothing, I mean, walking, sitting, standing, laying down, any position I was in terrible pain. And for that first night, I was able to sleep. I was telling friends of mine that I've never used alarm clocks, but now I have to have them. If not, I'll sleep through. I mean, it just I've been sleeping so great. Um, but this patch has been a lifesaver for me in another way. Last year, as a matter of fact, it's been a year and 10 days. I had a massive heart attack, and I'm sorry, I get a little emotional speaking about it. They had to do a triple bypass open heart surgery on me. Now, mind you, I had no symptoms. I had no forewarning. It just happened one day. Um, I went through a lot of different types of problems after surgery. I ended up in the hospital for 2 months. Um, when I came out, I started my slow road to recovery. About a week before, my sister showed up with this patch. Um, my doctors had told me I was going to be on medication for the rest of my life. Now I'm sure there's doctors on here. I've already seen a few on the names on top. There's these pills when it comes to cardiology for your heart, they're expensive. Even with insurance, they're expensive. And I told my doctor that day, I said, I can't afford to be on all these pills. You know, he said, well, you're going to have to see how you can do it, but you're going to be on pills for the rest of your life. My sister showed up, gave me that little Band-Aid again, and I started wearing it, but mainly for my pain. And that's the funny part about it. I was wearing it for the pain in my neck and my back, and I was happy as could be. I'm out of pain. I'm out of pain. Well, I didn't realize that this patch was doing things to my heart. Um, my wife, before putting it on, spoke to my cardiologist, explained what we knew about the patch. He looked it up. He said, "Put it on," but I'm going to run some tests on you real soon. A month later, they ran tests on me. They did an echocardiogram. They did blood work. When I went for my appointment, the two cardiologists that were there, they were looking at the reports, and they were looking at the screen at the echocardiogram, and they were looking at the reports. And one of them turned around and looked at me and said, "Mr. Rios, are you still taking this pill?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Stop." "Are you still taking this pill?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Stop." "Are you still taking?" So my test came back. I didn't need the pills no more. And it was 8 different pills that I was on taking. And while I was doing the cardiogram, the guy who was actually doing the cardiogram on me, I felt he was poking around. He kept on poking around. He would look at the screen and press the buttons and take pictures and keep on poking. But he had a very confused look on his face. And he finally asked me, he said, Mr. Rios, are you sure you had heart surgery? And I looked at him, I said, well, don't you see that big old scar down the middle of my chest there? He said, yeah, I see the scar in your chest, but I don't see a scar in your heart. He said he couldn't even find the scar where they sewed the arteries back together. He couldn't find no scarring. He started explaining to me how a heart at certain ages pump, how the valves work. And he was telling me with his hands, at your age, your heart should go this like this when it pumps because of your age. Your heart is weaker. He said, let me show you this. And my heart was doing this number. He said, that's the heartbeat of a young person. I'm sorry.
Thank you for sharing. Oh,
But yes, this patch it's been a game changer for me. It has been a lifesaver. And I thank you guys.
thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rios.